Hello, honey bunnies. Welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? Okay, my beautiful crafty friends. Today we're going to be making these little ornaments. I love the way the little turtle turned out. It's really cute, and I want to show you guys how I made this. I made a whole bunch for the office. I'm going to be using these as ornaments for the tree that we have in the office. And on the last video, we did the sailboat. If you guys missed that, I'll link that at the bottom of this video so you can take a look at it and see how we created a really fun sailboat. But today, we're going to be making these little simple turtles. Super easy, okay? Now, I'm using the same blocks that I used on our first video, which are these right here. The only difference is that these are brown color and then these are natural color. If you go to a Dollar Tree, you will find some that have two-tone colors and some that only have the one-tone color. So keep an eye for that, okay? So I'm going to use these two. Now, I already hot glue it together. You guys know already how to do that because we did this on our last video. You also know how to watercolor your wooden images because we also did that on our last video. For the turtle, I used the same palette that we used, which was this one right here, and I used a nice little green color, and I just basically did a little wash on the turtle, and this is the color that it turned out. I think it looks super cute, really pretty, and I just love the tone of the green. It's not too bright, right? All right. So I already have my two blocks glued together. The ornament is going to go this way. On the last ornament, we did it on this way. This ornament, we're going to do it this side. But again, you can change that around if you want to, okay? So what we did here is we added some of these fun little tiny petals or like pebbles on top of the turtle. What I use for that are these decorative, like I guess decorative little pebbles that I get at the Dollar Tree. You have a whole bunch of colors that you can pick from. I have this one, and I also have a blue one like this, and these are just really fun to use. They have a whole bunch of different colors, and that's what we're going to use for this project. A nice tip for you guys is I store these in these little bottles that actually is coffee creamers, and so I rinse out my coffee creamer bottle. I let it sit for a day or two. I remove the label and I use this as storage. So that's a really nice way to keep these nice and neat, because if you guys know, these can be very messy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this onto my block. That's it. I'm not using dimensions for this one. He's gonna go right in the middle. Boom. That's it. I'm going to use a little piece of twine so I can use the little handle so we can hang it from the tree. So I have here some twine. I'm gonna glue this on the back of the block. And that's going to give us the ability to hang a little ornaments from the tree. The only last thing that I did was I added some of these cute little pebbles in the center belly area of the turtle. Okay, now few ways to do this. You can actually add regular wet glue onto this here, and then you can add your little pebbles and then leave that to dry overnight if you want. I'm using my hot glue because you guys know how so not patient I am to wait until everything gets dried up. The hot glue for me, it's faster, and I don't mind the way it looks. But if you want to be a little bit more safer, you can always use the wet glue. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue on one. I don't add the whole thing. I do it in little sections. So I did the bottom part of the turtle, and I'm just going to add in some of these pebbles, and then I'm going to squish them so that they can kind of stay glued in there. And then I'm going to empty it out. Okay, see that? And then if you need to go back, you can obviously go back and add more. Okay, I probably need to add more here. All right, so you can just add more there, and probably a little bit here. You gotta work really fast because the hot glue will dry like super quickly, right? So you have to work fast. This is why I suggest you to do, if you're using the hot glue method, I suggest you to do little parts at a time so that your hot glue doesn't get dry. Okay, little parts at a time. So for here, I'm gonna just do this little part right here. I'm just gonna add a few little pebbles. Okay. Now some of them are not gonna glue down because obviously it's not the greatest way of doing this, but for me, I find that if I work really fast, it works. It works for me. Okay. Okay, we could continue adding more here. I like to squish it against the hot glue so that it just doesn't fall anywhere. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it all depends, really. All right, so I think we have more or less some of these little pebbles in there. You got to be a little bit patient with this because it does take a little bit of time for you to add the little pebbles onto the body of the turtle. Okay, so I usually like to go like this just to make sure that nothing falls off, and you see that? So when I see that, I make sure that any gaps that I need to kind of like fill in, I would go individually and fill them in. Okay, so for example right there, that definitely needs a little fill in, and I'll just go in and fill in as I need to. Okay, I think this is okay the way it is. Make sure you clean it from all these little strings of glue. And basically, there you have it. That is how I create this little fun, adorable little ornament. I love how it turned out. I really think it turned out really, really pretty. It's very simple to create. It's not really too hard. A little bit of time consuming, but after all, it turns out really pretty. I think it turns out really nice. So that I hope that you guys got some ideas and some inspiration. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, honey bunnies.